Sounds fine now.
Yeah.
Makes no sense. So I hope everybody
Maybe.
comes back.
Yeah, let's wait a second to populate again.
And I will share it. And I hate it because now I'm gonna have to put everything back in the chat.
Yeah.
In the description.
Okay, well.
We'll just give everybody a minute.
It is what it is. Yeah,
Yep.
This is repeat take 2. We're back over here.
Take 2. We've got one person watching. Oh, Dawn's
Hey,
back.
Dawn.
Okay,
Dawn made
good.
it.
Good,
Hi,
good,
Dawn.
good. Turning my volume all the way down.
Yep, same. Mine is muted.
I wonder if I can edit it while we're in here.
You should be able to, or if you go.
Perfect. I can. I'm going to edit it. Hi. Thank you, everybody, for coming back.
Holly, Michelle. Hi, guys. Thanks for popping back over here.
Yeah, we had a pretty good group going, so I hope everybody finds it. If they were on the page, they should be able to find it.
Yeah. And
now Dawn has feedback.
See, and I can hear everything. I can hear everything fine.
Yeah, we're good. Oh my gosh, that is so crazy.
Yeah, that is interesting. Well, like I was saying over on the other channel, we are at the tail end of Mercury retrograde, and Mercury retrograde affects transportation, communication, and technology. We're in the post shadow, and just the shadow just means that we're wrapping up any of the energy, any of the confusion, any of the chaos that happened during Mercury retrograde, but that technically ended on the 15th. And let me tell you that this last one was brutal. So things are just now starting to kind of smooth out from that period of time for those of us who felt that wave of energy. But now we have arrived at a phenomenon called the black moon. Other people call it the dark moon. And so, okay, feedback went away. Okay, good, Dawn.
Good.
Awesome.
Good. Yeah, it's much better, Trent. Thank you. I'm just trying to get everything. Keep going, Abby. I'm just fixing some stuff over on my end.
And I was just going to say, for those of us just joining us, thank you for joining us over here. This is take 2. We had some feedback issues, but I'm the Cannastrologer. My name is Abby. I am an astrologer, tarot reader, oracle reader, a reader, energy reader, all of the things. And specials, things that I have going on right now. If you go to the cannabossbabes.com/the Cannastrologer, I've got all of my readings and packages right now. If you purchase an annual package 1 year in advance, you get 2 months for free. So that's what I'm offering right now. As far as that goes, I will have some other specials and different things going on throughout the year, but I'm upgrading, I'm adjusting and switching and changing things at the end of the year as we set our goals, intentions, and manifestations for the new 2025.
Exactly. Yeah, I am, and I know you have a Sagittarius stellium.
I do.
I've heard you say that because I watch all of Abby's videos on all of her tarot readings, and they're incredible. And oh my God, it's like she's reading my mind. Probably 85 to 90% of your readings for Sagittarius. I'm like, how does she know all that? How does she know all that? And so I've been watching a lot of those, and 2025 is going to be amazing. I'm so excited about 2025. And this black moon, I always call it a blue moon because a full moon. So let me tell you the astronomical. Okay. A full moon happens about every 28 or 29 days. Well, calendar months have 30 to 31 days. A full moon can happen twice in a calendar month. The second full moon in a calendar month is a blue moon.
Right.
The same is true for a new moon. It can happen twice in a calendar month. That's today, the second new moon of the month. That's called a black moon. Now, I have a master's degree in astronomy. How I never knew that until like a week ago. And I think I watched it on something you posted maybe, Abby. I was like, how did I not know that?
Yeah.
So,
And
um,
and the thing is too is if you really look up the definition of a black moon or a dark moon, there's like three different definitions. It can be looked at three different ways.
oh,
Um,
okay.
and also what's unique, comparing a blue moon to a black moon or a dark moon, a black moon happens only once every about 29 months. That's
It's
how
not
rare it
that
is.
common. Yeah.
It's a lot less likely than a regular blue moon. Um, which
That's
is interesting.
interesting. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
And then, so what's funny is, so black moons are just like full moons. Black moons, dark moons are just like full moons, but you can't see them to the naked eye. The energy
Right.
is very similar to a full moon. So, when full moons happen, people get crazy and chaotic, and you feel that energy. Drivers, I always notice the drivers are a little more aggressive, and people, tend to get a little more but the same thing happens in a dark moon. Like today was nuts for me, not in a bad way. It was very actually quite productive, but it all happened all at once, all at one
Yes.
time. Like the morning was great, and then all of a sudden it was like boom, 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 boom. Like 2 hours before we were supposed to come on here and do this live, and I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Like,
I was answering emails and setting up meetings and appointments literally until maybe 15 minutes before I popped on.
yep.
That's when my hair's crooked. We have a question for you in the chat.
Oh, where's the question?
Dawn said, I tried reading my own oracle cards today and 9 fell out. Do I read them all and in what order? That's an excellent question because I've had that happen to me when I've been doing readings.
That is a great question because so first and foremost, my best advice is go with your intuition. Sometimes I'll drop a cluster of cards and I'm like, you know what? I don't want to read that.
Yeah.
Like that's it. It's too much. I'm like,
Hmm.
my intention was just for one card. So it's like, Spirit, give me a new card. They'll get, you'll get the card that you're meant to read.
Yeah.
But other times, if you're like, well, maybe there's a message there, pick it up, go with your
Use your
intention.
intuition.
Yeah, or intuition, not intention, same thing, kind of. My rule of thumb for me personally, I like to read what's touching the table first. That's me.
Oh,
Some readers I know that
interesting.
some readers like to read what's facing them first. I like to read what's touching the table first, and then I read, back to front, I guess you could say. So that's just me.
I have not heard that. That's amazing. And I guess
Yep.
this is similar to what I teach in my mediumship classes. And for anybody interested in introduction to mediumship, I have a free workshop January 11th. You can register on my website. It's super easy, takes less than 30 seconds to register. It's via Zoom. But I teach my students that every medium develops their own set of skills as far as how they're going to go through the reading, how they're going to receive information. It's not like learning the English language. A
Nope.
is A has this many sounds, B sounds like B all the time,
No.
C has this many
It's
sounds.
like
It's like,
Spanish and having
yeah,
the multiple pronouns and female
right.
and male versions of, and yeah,
So
it's
you have to learn them, but in mediumship, just like you were saying about reading cards, everybody kind of has their own way of developing their skills and the way they read. And
yep.
now, for mediumship, there are ethical standards you should be following. There are certain things you should be doing. You should be definitely getting evidence that's not common, like grandma loved you. Somebody told me that I know were a bad medium because I wasn't close to either grandma. So, but I'll give you an example. Here's an example of really good evidence in a mediumship reading, but you can get this in many different ways. There's not one way. I was doing a reading the other day and I was talking to the woman, and her brother was in spirit. And I said, he told me, because I could hear him inside my head, I hear things inside my head, we can go horseback riding together now. And he said it like that, very specifically. Now, that could mean anything to anybody. But she said, that is very meaningful because when I was a little kid, I took horseback riding lessons, but because of a medical condition, he couldn't do it. So he
Oh.
had to sit in the car and he never rode a horse in his life.
So
But
for him to say that, that made sense to her. Yeah.
because I thought it was strange the way he said it, we can go horseback riding together now,
Right.
specifically. And that was very specific to her. So that's a really good piece of evidence if you're getting a mediumship reading.
Yeah.
There's all different kinds of evidence, but that was really that's the types of things you should at least get one eye-opening piece of evidence like that in every reading if you're getting mediumship.
Like
A
it.
mediumship reading. It's very different. Oracle and tarot, very different from mediumship. Psychic readings are very different from mediumship. A psychic reading talks about you and what's happening in your life, and a mediumship reading connects to your loved ones in spirit. But psychic things can come through a mediumship reading. Not all psychics are mediums, but
Nope.
all mediums are psychic. And so tell me about the difference between tarot and oracle.
So tarot is based on the minor arcana and the major arcana in a 78 book deck of cards. And there's four main suits, or it's based on the elements, so earth, air, fire, and water. And the way that I always explain tarot and oracle, because that's tarot, and tarot is very set on the standard, the Rider-Waite tarot.
Yeah, this is the one you
Probably,
recommended to me, the
yeah,
original Rider-Waite.
yeah. That's usually the number one go-to for most people, most beginners.
This is what they look like.
And then oracle cards are more about their spiritual messages, and literally can say anything, mean anything, have different meanings. It depends on the author and the deck itself, what the theme is. But the way that I explain the difference between tarot and oracle is that tarot tells you like it is. It's very direct. It's I don't want to say strict, but it's based on a set of principles, right?
Structure,
Whereas,
maybe more
yeah,
structure.
definitely more structured. Whereas oracle is a lot more soft spoken, and it's more like there. It's like, to calm the realness of the tarot messages, then comes the oracle to soften the blow.
Do you ever do
Sometimes.
them together?
Oh, all the time.
Okay.
All the time. And sometimes I'll start out with oracle first, and then I go into the tarot, and then I'll go back. I like to use them together personally, because again, I feel like the tarot gives more of like the defining message, the
Mhm.
storyline of what's happening, and then oracle kind of fills in the blanks around, you know, uh
That makes
can
sense.
yeah, it can sometimes pull in, different factors and things that are affecting the storyline, or other things that are going on with the sitter's life. It's
Mhm.
not always just one thing. um but I also look at each one of my decks, whether it's tarot or oracle, as like a spirit speaking through that deck, you know
Mhm.
so multiple spirits may have different messages, so each deck, could have a different message for a different part of your life. It just kind of depends on what comes out with the cards. And then that also depends on not just what's coming out in the cards, but what is coming through me intuitively as a vessel. So, because I also, get intuitive messages as well.
Right, because Abby is going to be teaching me more detail. I do some tarot. I'm not an expert like Abby is. And you do some spirit guided messages and mediumship. So we're kind of teaching each other
Yeah.
mediumship and tarot, which
Yeah.
has been awesome. It's
And
been really awesome.
speaking of classes and things coming out in 2025, I have decided that I will be teaching tarot classes, and
Good. Do you know how
I've been
many
put
times people have asked me,
I know.
do you know? I go, my friend Abby, here's her
I
stuff.
know. I am, and somebody explained it to me. They're like, you already kind of teach it the way that you do your readings if you watch the way that I explain things. And
Yes,
so I
you
was
do.
like, that it makes sense that the next step is just to really start teaching it. And so I'm happy to do that, because it helps people, and that's really, for me, it's the whole reason that I do what I do, and that's just to help people. It's to help people understand themselves, to understand spirit, to connect the crazy energies that we're all feeling as people are waking up in this world. So like in talking about this and going back to the energy of the black moon, the dark moon, this dark moons, full moons, dark moons, new moons, all are wonderful times for manifestation. um,
Yes.
any of the major moon cycles are a wonderful time for manifestation. It just kind of depends on what you're doing it for. Um, the black moon is known to bring about important insights in your world and in your life. And it's a great time for shadow work and meditation. And with this moon being so close, to the end of the year, of the calendar year, understand it's the calendar year, not the lunar year, but being at the end of the calendar year, this gets people really thinking about what they've accomplished, what it is that they need to change about themselves, and what it is that, they want to set forth and really kind of work towards for the upcoming year.
Girl,
um
I am telling you, this year, I feel it. I feel it in my bones. I feel it in my soul. I'm gonna cry. This black moon has me in all kinds of feelings, and I feel like this is gonna be the best year yet for so many people. But like I always say, and I'm sure you say it too, you can manifest your brains out, but you have to do the work.
have to do the work.
You can do incantations all day long, but if that's all you're doing, nothing's gonna happen.
Right. The definition of crazy is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. You
I said
have
that
to
to my
put
mother-in-law the other night.
I say it all the time. I say it all the time to a lot of people because it's the truth. If you don't, there's no problem in starting over. There's no issue in, starting back at the beginning, but it's when you start again, do it from a different space of wisdom.
Mhm,
And, tweak something, just one thing so that it brings about a different result
mhm.
at the end of it, because otherwise, why are you wasting your energy?
Yeah. I answered a couple questions. Trent asked, "Are you a medium, Abby?" And I told her, "You are learning mediumship from me."
Mhm.
And then Tracy said, "Nick gave me a great reading this past week. Thank you very much. Patiently waiting, that you were patiently waiting for from Spirit. Awesome." I remember Tracy. Tracy's also one of my students, and we have a great group. This new group is really a great group.
Awesome.
Kelly, take the needle off the record. Haha. That's funny. Kelly was in your class,
Yeah, I know.
Abby.
Yeah, I know, Kelly. Yeah.
Um, I didn't know if you recognized because she has a different number code thing on there.
Oh,
Trent said, "This is also for you, Abby, because I don't know about the dried oranges and stuff." She
mhm.
said, "Somebody once told me to bury dried oranges or lemons on New Year's Eve or something like that. Is that a thing?" I
I
don't
would have to.
know.
I personally would have to look that up. That does sound like it reasonable. Citrus is something that's given as gifts around the holiday season.
Yeah.
And it's citrus is typically, especially like oranges, lemons are also used ritually, um, for good reasons, positive reasons. Um, so I could see that because technically, if you're burying it and it regenerates, that's prosperity as well. But this brings up a really good next point. The black moon and dark moon are a fantastic time for rituals. Fantastic time for rituals. And
Exactly. What
a
about
couple,
moon water? There's
y-
full moon water.
yep,
Is there?
it's one of the
Oh,
things I've written down. I literally,
oh,
so some really great rituals specifically for the black moon
oh,
are:
yes. Tell us, tell us, tell us. I'm
number
into
one,
it.
writing down your goals and dreams. This is also a very significant time for us to do the reason why this is so powerful
I
is
bought this
because
journal just for that.
I love that.
This is my
I
2025 journal, and I was writing
You
in
know
it
what?
today.
I'm happy for you. I'm a little jealous though because for the last several years, I've always at Christmas or Yule, I've always received a 2025 journal, like a moon journal. And this year I didn't get one. And I was like, oh,
This is not
I need to get
specifically
one.
a moon journal. It's a blank journal I got at the still room here in Florida.
Mhm.
but it's got, an old astronomical map, and I'm a
Sure.
sucker for that. And so
Yeah.
it's blank inside, but I'm using it as that.
I mean, but I do it every year, and so like that's one thing. I'm like, I need to go and I need to get my moon journal. But I've already started on a regular blank journal of my own. I already wrote down all of the moon cycles. I already wrote down like I do this every year, but right now at this time, because we are having this black moon in Capricorn, Capricorn is a very powerful time for manifestation too, because the sign of Capricorn, it's all about hustlers and money and getting your shit together,
Yes,
um
yes, yes.
getting
All
things in
of that.
alignment. And so writing things down will be even more powerful for you with this black moon in Capricorn. Also, lighting candles is a very powerful ritual. In fact, fire energy, fire magic is some of the most powerful magic that there is. And then burning incense, it's kind of the same idea. It's, fire. But it's, burning of the incense. Incense also helps appease your spirits and your loved ones on the other side. Then,
Interesting.
uh-huh.
Can I
And
ask
then
a
also,
question about the history of that?
yeah,
And because I do want to hear the rest of the list, but I have 1,000 questions a day. That's just that's just
if you have questions, other people do too. So absolutely. And I'm not like I don't know it all, but I will talk
You'll
about what I
know. I
know.
think you'll know this. I think you'll know this. So I grew up Catholic. Um, so that's a thing. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. And they always burned incense, and they said the smoke from the incense was your prayers going up to heaven or God or being heard by God or whatever. Do you equate that Christianity got that from previous types of practices from other
Well, incense dates back.
oracles,
Incense
spiritual leaders, things like that?
Yeah, incense itself dates back pre
Oh,
Catholicism.
yes,
So like
absolutely.
all the way back to like ancient Egyptian times, they had incense
Exactly.
and different oils and the different things, the anointments that they would use for, the mummies and all of that. And honestly, I've always, like, for instance, when you feel presence in the room, sometimes you'll smell things. It's one of the clair
Aliens, I think.
aliens, some one of them, but it's where you can smell the smells of a person's perfume or something.
Yeah.
I personally have a belief that, the other realm can smell certain smells.
Mhm.
But I feel like that has a lot to do with, the practices from way back in the day, ancient Egypt and all the way back then. Frankincense, myrrh, I mean, that was mentioned,
Mhm.
in the Bible,
Mhm.
from three wise men who were actually astrologers following the North Star. I
I
mean,
had
that's
that talk the other day with somebody, that exact same talk. I was saying, might have been in one of my readings. I don't remember, or a live or something. And I said that exact same thing. That the wise men were astrologers. Look into
yeah,
the history. Watch Dan McClellan. He does a whole thing about it. He has a podcast every week. He
they were
makes
just
many
following the North
videos.
Star. Yeah,
Yeah. And there
those
weren't three, there was probably more than that. And they probably came 2 years after Jesus was born, but that's a story for another
yeah,
day.
yep,
Sorry.
yep. A couple other rituals though, getting back to it, drinking tea because it's a form of detox for your system, for your body. Also creating dark moon water. So there's moon water, which you make in a regular full moon, but then you can also do dark moon water. I would highly recommend doing it for this one
How do you do
because
it?
you get a clear jar. Some people use
Okay.
plastic containers. I suppose
Glass
that's
is
okay,
better.
but I think jars are cleaner. You don't
Okay.
get biotoxins or anything like that leached into the water, or unless you're using BPA free. Um, but I like use a clear mason jar, fill it with distilled water. Some people, if depending on what you use your moon water for, some people will sprinkle like Himalayan salt to purify it even
Ooh, I
further.
have some of that.
Other people, they keep it completely clean, clear, depending on, because you can use your moon water for a million purposes once you've created it. You set it out underneath the full moon or the dark moon, and before the morning light hits it, make sure you bring it back in and just keep it out of sunlight afterwards. You can use it for watering plants. You can use it for rituals. You can use it for spells. You can use it for your coffee. It all depends on the
Oh,
intent that you put behind it.
that's a
There's
good
like,
idea. I might make that tonight and use it for my coffee in the morning.
yeah, yep. There's lots of things that, like, it's all about the intent. Somebody, I was just seeing in one of the witch groups that I'm part of, they put salt in their coffee every morning because salt is a form of protection. It's not a lot, just a little
Just a
pinch,
pinch.
but puts a little salt in their coffee every morning as a form of protection. That's the intent behind it. I was like, that is just magical, you know. But
That is awesome.
these are the types of rituals, though, that you really want to practice around this time because it's a significant time for manifestation.
This, I am
Also,
feeling all kinds of, and I've said it several times, but I feel this is going to be, wow, this year is
I'm
going to be.
so I'm glad that you're saying that because just last night, I don't know if I told you this or not. Just last night, I decided to do my annual full moon reading. And so this is for the people that watch my channel over on the Cannastrologer. It's just at the Cannastrologer here on YouTube. I
And it's
do
linked below in the description. All of Abby's stuff is
all of
linked below. Yeah, follow,
so
sub, all of that. We're going to be going live regularly.
yeah. So I do like what's in store for the upcoming year, and I only cover the 12 full moons. Sometimes there's 13 if it's a blue moon. And I just did that reading last night. It took me 3 hours to get through all of the 12
I'm like,
moons.
girl, how much time do you have? You're making
It
videos.
it was late into the night. I was so tired by December, but I will tell you with all certainty and excitement that it's it was a complete difference between 2024's moon readings and
2020.
2025's. No negative cards really showed up until the very end, and even that wasn't a super negative one. It
There's a spiritual awakening, and all of us that are suffering, have been suffering for various reason, or fear of suffering in the next coming few years, we all need to collaborate and help each other heal, and this is the year. There's a couple comments. Lori said, that's where I mess up. I let the sun hit it. So no sun on the moon water, right?
Yeah, I mean, listen, if a little bit of sunlight hits the water or whatever, I mean, it's not going
It's the
to.
intention that's the most
Yes.
important thing.
Yeah, you're not
And
going to
then,
de-ionize the water or anything like that. It is
yeah.
all about the intent.
And Trent said, does Dunkin' Donuts salted caramel creamer count?
I say yes.
Yes.
Intent. And it's delicious.
It has salt in it.
Exactly. But
Anything else on your list? I want to do a couple of card pulls. Do you want to do a couple tarot and I'll do a couple oracle?
yeah, I was telling you, I have the best oracle deck for this, and I'll do
Girl.
tarot too,
And
but
you
I've got.
have those dice too.
Yep.
Look at
Oh
that.
yeah.
Abby with the Black Moon Oracle deck.
And then I
Come
also have some
on.
astrology dice. So the dice are this is all based upon the three main principles of astrology, which are the planets, the houses, and the planets, the houses, and the zodiac sign. I was like,
Okay.
what? Yeah. So I can definitely pull some cards, Black Moon
Okay.
astrology, or I can do tarot. So you can go
I'm going to
first.
run down my list of things first, and then if you want to run down your list of things for upcoming events and specials, I have a special that is almost, I think there might be one more day of it. It's $25 for a 20-minute reading, and it sells out really fast. They're on my website. If anybody wants to try out Mediumship, you can get a 20-minute reading for $25. This expires tomorrow night. All of my 30-minute readings are $50. My 45-minute readings are $99. All of those are probably going to creep back up next year. So get them while you can. Um, Also, I have my free Intro to Mediumship workshop on the 11th of January. You can sign up on my website. I have a podcast coming out the 8th of January. I will post that everywhere. I'll be going live on YouTube and Facebook maybe TikTok. I don't know. I have a gallery with a guaranteed reading, 3-card reading with the Urban Witch on the 26th. That's also on my website, and you can get an a la carte spirit exchange for January 12th or 30th, because we had to reschedule ours from the other day. Okay. Trent said, I actually have a question. My birthday falls on the last day of my astrological sign. What does that actually mean? How much does that change my chart information?
So it doesn't change your chart information, but it does mean that you're right on the cusp. And all that means is you fall right within, it's like, you're on the tipping point between two different signs. um the astrological breakoffs they're defined, so you are what you are. However, because you're so close to the other side, you could also pick up different characteristics that are reminiscent of that other sign as well, just because you are so close. But it's always better to know exactly what you have in your natal chart. It's your personality and characteristics are not just based off of your main sun sign, not even off of your main three, your big three. It's there's like, I think it's a total of like 13 main astrological planetary, signs, and how it's all broken down between the houses and the things. And that makes up your entire personality, and that changes as you get older. So I changes is a bad word, not necessarily changes, but you kind of grow into
Evolve.
yeah, evolve. Thank you. Much better word.
Okay, so lots of hellos, lots of tarot requests. Medium Omar, who is going to be in my free introduction to mediumship, says, interesting comments about 2025. Nick, you have a scientific background in astronomy. You're a spiritualist. Any thoughts on the drones appearing? Boy, do I have thoughts, Omar. You know what my thoughts are? There ain't a dang thing coming through our airspace that we are not gonna pew down if we don't know.
Right.
The government knows what they are, and they are not aliens. I can tell you this. I am pro alien. I'm pro UFO. I love it. Come here, rescue us, take us to another realm. I'm all
Beam
for
me
it.
up, Scotty.
Beam me up. I'm all for it, and I believe it's very, very possible that aliens from another planet have been here. However, the amount of resources it takes to get here is a lot. And we aren't that interesting as a species. They could come, they could get some DNA. They'd only need to be here probably with that technology. If they could come here from far away, they would, take a few samples from a few people, a couple of cows and cats, and really they only need fecal matter because all our DNA is in poop. So they wouldn't even have to go to people. But they could get anything they wanted very quickly, and they would never ever need to send fleets. They could end our civilization with putting a virus in a couple of international airports, and in a couple of days everybody would be gone, and we would never know they were here. So they're not sending fleets. It's human made, guaranteed.
So,
That's my thoughts.
fun fact about my background. Back in 2015 through 2016, might have been 2017. I was the market director for drones. It was a company called Drones Plus. It was one of the first drone companies in the world. We had 22. We had
I feel
22
like I
locations.
remember that.
Yeah, we had 22 locations throughout North America, the United States, and Canada. And we were a major distributing manufacturer for DJI, or distributor for DJI, not a manufacturer. We did repairs on their equipment and whatnot. Um, and again, just like you're saying, this is it's not out of this world. The drones that we're seeing, they're all man-made. We've had drone technology for years and years and years and years, even before 2015. It's become a lot more technologically advanced, and there's also a reason for that. We're Pluto and Aquarius. We've just entered Pluto in Aquarius. Pluto is about chaos and transformation. Aquarius is the age of Aquarius is literally about technology and the movement forward. The last time that Pluto was in Aquarius, there was three major revolutionary periods, world revolutions, but also there was major technological advancements in every single one of them. And that's what we're going to be seeing is major what's that word, that phrase, greater steps towards mankind or whatever from the landing on the moon, that type of thing. But
Yeah, one
we're
giant leap for one
gonna
step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
right. But also what I'm also forecasting is, the talk about the aliens, they're here. They've been here. We've had them. They're going to continue to be here.
Absolutely possible.
We also have a major planet parade of planets happening at the end
Yes.
of January.
Oh, I
And
can't
that's
wait for that.
Do you think that we're going to be the only planet, the only world watching in on this? No,
No.
I don't think so. But the drones, going back to their drones, that's all man-made. This is our government spying on us. So
Yeah.
get
Yeah. And
get
if
used
it
to
was another
it.
government, they'd have been gone.
They'd have been
Okay, we
shot
have
down.
several things. Some people want readings. We're getting to that. Just one second. Um, Branwen, I put a comment about the spirit exchange. If anybody wants to know more, it's in the chat. And then Trent said it's the videos with the things that defy our laws of physics that interest me. Trent, let me tell you something, because I work with scientists in my other job, and I've been to many, many conferences with many, many scientists, physicists, NASA people, tons of them. We have been working on anti-gravity for decades, probably 50 or 60 or 70 years maybe. And when you have anti-gravity, you can defy the laws of physics. So it is very probably us. Not to say UFOs aren't real, not to say UFOs haven't been here. I'm not saying that, because I totally believe it's possible scientifically. It is possible. I have seen UFOs myself. That's another video for another
We've
day.
talked about it before. Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that. I love
But
that those episodes.
our government does a lot of stuff with a black budget, a lot of stuff. So,
Mm.
all right, card pulls. I'll go back in the list and see.
Who's first?
Doris. Doris, I'll do an oracle card quickly for Doris because a couple of people asked specifically for tarot. So Doris, I'm going to use my Mystic Forest Oracle cards. So all of our contact information, all of our booking information is in the description below the video. So if you want one-on-one readings, I have tons of stuff coming up. It's all on my website. It's all on all my socials. So all of that's there. I have tons of specials. My prices are super low right now. That will change next year. So because I reduced my prices. Ooh, there you go, Doris. Instant manifestation. How is that for hilarious that we've been talking about manifestation? This is the first card that pulled.
Yep.
Instant. Look how pretty that is. Instant manifestation.
Very
Doris.
dark, like the dark moon.
Like the dark moon. I love this deck. I love this. Very pretty. Soul and mind working together. Create a dream in the heart. You have nothing to lose, Doris. You carry the dream. Your intention is pure. Be ready to receive. So part of, and I love this, part of manifestation isn't only do the work, which I say all the time because I guess as a teacher for 20 years, I'm like always telling people to do the work. Your homework's not going to get done by itself, right?
Right.
But the other part of manifesting is allow yourself to receive, because there are so many things that we block, that the universe is trying to give us, and we block it because we don't believe we deserve it. So Doris, be ready to receive and allow yourself to receive. So for anybody who has trouble with their manifestation, and you're doing all the work and you're doing everything and you're putting good intentions out and all of that, allow yourself to receive. Allow it to come in. It's like It's like being in a relationship for 20 years and realizing you never allowed your husband or your wife or your partner to love you because you didn't believe you deserved it. You have to allow yourself to receive love, money, whatever it is. Okay. There you go, Doris. And let's see. Got a bunch of comments. There's those people think all our oceans. Yeah, they are. I believe they are in the oceans. That'd be a great place to hide. UFOs. Nikki said I had a wonderful reading with Nik last week. Thank you very much, Nikki. Nik, best name, Nicole. I mean, I just gotta say. Lori, so very true. Doris, allow yourself to receive. And Stacy wants tarot. We're gonna let Abby
Dawn.
do that, but what just a minute. I know Stacy personally, and Abby, you don't know Stacy. Me and Stacy went to high school together. So I am very interested because I gave her a tarot reading a few weeks ago, and I'll be
Okay.
very interested to see what you pick up on. All right, next reading is Lori Moore wants a card. So tarot, well, Dawn wants tarot too.
Yep.
So you want me to do another? I'll do an oracle for Lori, and then you do the other tarots. How's
Okay.
that sound?
Yep,
All right.
that's good.
All right. Lori Moore, Lori Moore. Remember, everyone, allow yourself to receive the manifestation. I love that. And I hope everybody who's watching a replay gets that. Well, Lori, I guess your life is perfect. Nothing's popping out. What do you do, Abby, when the cards don't pop out? Oh,
I
I
continue to, because they're just being.
they're stubborn sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Lori, and then we'll do tarots. I can't even shuffle. Patience, please, everyone. This is a live event. And sometimes, you know what I love the best? When they just flip upside down in the middle of the shuffle. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right, Lori. Time to act. Time to act. Look at those stairs and look at the light at the top of the stairs. Time to act. It's time for you to put into action whatever it is you've been putting off, avoiding, not thinking something you deserve, the big move, change in relationship. That doesn't mean, when I say change in relationship, doesn't mean end of a relationship necessarily. It can mean adjustments in your current relationship. You don't have to know everything in advance. Take the first step and watch it all unfold. You can deal with whatever your path reveals. You are ready. So whatever it is, and please put in the comments if this resonates for you or anybody else. Sometimes it's like taking a leap of faith with whatever this is, whatever major thing you're thinking about doing. Sometimes you just have to take a leap of faith, and sometimes the leap of faith is put on you, which is what happened to me a year ago. I would have never stopped working at a school or in an office. I would have done that forever. I would have always been too afraid to do it. But you know what Spirit said? Girl, girl, you got to go. So now I work from home full time, and I've never been happier. So it's time to act. That was for Lori Moore. And then let me know. Let's see. Dawn wants a tarot from Abby.
So I've already pre-shuffled for Dawn.
Okay.
Underneath the deck, the energy going into this reading is the Justice card, and that's Libra energy. There's a need to balance priorities and decision making. Also, there could be some kind of a judgment or a call that's being made. Also, I'm looking at the clock right now, and it says 5:55 right in front of me. So there could be a definite change of direction that's happening with this justice that's coming in. One thing I always say too about justice is that one person's justice is another person's karma. So somebody could be receiving the justice, somebody else could be receiving karma for something that's happening. So this is just the underlying energy for Don. Let's get, oh, one card fell straight out. Let me see if there's another one more. Perfect. Okay. So the cards that just flipped out. Oh, I like this. So, okay. The first card that came out is the Two of Wands. I'm sorry, the Page of Wands. I said two because there's a number two on the card. But the Page of Wands is somebody who's at the beginning of a new endeavor. It could be a new career path, it could be like a new class, a new relationship, something that brings excitement and um, just like excitement, like bringing out your inner child, carefree type of energy. There's an interest. Keep your eye on your goals and enjoy every moment. And this is because somebody has a lot of opportunities and options in front of them. It's, you may have multiple opportunities and options. And the thing with the Seven of Cups, it's a great card to have. It gives you a lot of choices when it comes to emotions and feelings, but that can also sometimes get a little overwhelming when you have lots of things to choose from. So just make sure that you're making the right decisions. Now, once you make this choice, what I'm seeing coming in for you is you being able to lay down the burdens with the 10 of Wands. So this is fire energy, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Um and I feel like once you make this decision, it's going to allow you to be able to kind of get a weight off your shoulder. And I know that this is going to bring in a ton of happiness for you, because underneath the deck we've got the 10 of, well, it's another 10, it's the Sun card, which is the happiest card in the tarot deck.
I
um,
love that card coming up.
Oh, 100%. I feel like the options that you have in front of you, it will bring about like a lighthearted, carefree type of energy and feeling. Also, that Ten of Wands is Sagittarius. You could be dealing with the Sagittarius, which is a lot of fire energy, but success lies ahead if you just keep to the path. So just keep doing what makes you feel good. Keep doing what brings you that inner child, that anything that excites you. But ultimately it's going to lead you to it, and you may do something so unconventional, but it's like there's always another way to do something, and that's going to ultimately bring you to your happiness, if any of that makes sense. But that's what I'm channeling for you.
Okay, perfect. Let us know in the comments how that resonates, and then you'll do another tarot. Everybody's asking for tarot. Kelly, I'll do an oracle for you after Abby's next tarot.
Okay.
So who, and then, oh, Branwyn has a question I want to address about birthdays, if you don't mind. If a birth is scheduled prior to the due date, I know it changes the life path number, but does that make a difference? Does it change anything else? So my belief is the birth date is the birth date. So whenever you're born, that's what it is. What's your experience, Abby? Because my son Isaiah, Trent, you'll like this, was due March 20th on Trent's birthday. And my granddaughter, Rosie, is due this March 20th. But I was induced on March 17th, and he wasn't born. So I was in labor for a week after that.
Wow.
It was a nightmare. He was born March 24th on Harry Houdini's birthday, by the way. Because he used to be this little escape artist. He used to escape from everything, and I used to call him Little Houdini before the internet. So this was
That's funny.
99, right? So I didn't have a computer. And I used to call him Little Houdini all the time. And then one day I saw something on TV, and it said Harry Houdini's birthday was March 24th. I was like, you have got to be kidding me. so, so what's your opinion on
So
birthday versus due day versus induction day, etc.?
while I agree with you that people are born on the day that they're meant to be born, it's divine timing. That's the way that I look at it. However, when you're talking about like scheduled, pregnant, scheduled like C-sections and things like that, you are in essence changing that child's uh natal timeline on their natal chart. So, depending on how far apart those dates are, it may not tweak their natal chart too
Mhm.
much. But, if it's like a cusp situation, and you've got somebody at the end of Sagittarius season, and that was, or they were, say that they were due in Sagittarius season, but they end up coming early, and now they're a Scorpio. Like my daughter, she was originally supposed to be a Sagittarius, and she ended up coming like 7 weeks early. And there's,
My sister was born
yeah,
a month late because of pregnancy problems with my mom. She was supposed to be born November 17th and was born December 16th.
yeah, but I mean that
Isn't
change
that
in
crazy?
that, yeah, I but that change in timeline
Yeah.
changes a lot of stuff,
Yes.
in regards to a natal chart and the characteristics associated with that. Um, but do I believe that everybody's born in divine timing? Yes, you're born when you're supposed to make it there. Whether the
Yeah.
doctor for you or not, but that's what
My
that's
doctor, because it was so weird because Isaiah wasn't he just wasn't gonna be born. Like there, she said, don't have more kids. Your uterus is not gonna work.
yeah.
Like he was not gonna come out. That's why he didn't come out in the first induction, and then I never went into real labor. It's a story. I'm not going to describe it here, but it was not great. But all right. So next tarot was for I think I think Stacy, my girl Stacy, I think is next.
Stacy. Okay.
Stacy, her name is Anastasia, but she goes by Stacy.
I love that. The energy that I have underneath the deck as we go into the shuffle is the High Priestess. The High Priestess, this is Pisces energy. It's water energy. It's actually moon energy. So this coming up on a dark moon is kind of cool. Because the High Priestess is the tarot card reader of the zodiac. Obviously, you're here getting a tarot card reading, so that's significant. But also, you could have an interest in tarot yourself. You could be a reader yourself. What she's actually all about, though, however, is using your own intuition, using discernment, trusting your gut with the judgment that judgments that you make based on whatever your situation is. So let's get into it and pull 3 cards for Stacy, please. Interesting. Okay, and those fell right out. So the very first card
I'm
that
excited. I'm
don't
as
let
excited as she is.
don't let this scare you. The first card that came out is the Devil. So this usually freaks most people out without you knowing. So right now we are in Capricorn season. The devil is Capricorn. This is actually the sign of Capricorn. So it's earth energy. This could just mean, this is the time period that we're in right now. This could be a situation that's happening right now. You could be dealing with you could have Capricorn somewhere strong in your chart or be dealing with somebody who does. This is typically a card of responsibility and balance, but it's also about bondage, materialism, obsession, chains, your shadow self, repression. It's about toxicity of any kind, shape, or form, whether this is within yourself or around you. So you could be dealing with people around you that are toxic, or just coming off of a toxic holiday season. Um, Wow. Okay. So then the next card that we have, Mars energy, and this is the Tower. So we've got some significant changes that are happening. And I feel like this is actually like present energy. But the Tower isn't necessarily a bad card. When a tower happens, this means that it was technically built on unstable foundation, and that's why it's come crashing down. There's some kind of upheaval or change that's happening in your world. It's all about options and investigation and willpower, determination. um Through this destruction and upheaval, it also gives you an opportunity to look at things as like almost like a reality check. um and you're able to see the adversity that like you're dealing with, so that you can figure out the steps to move forward. Now what I really like about this is that the next card coming through after some pretty tumultuous energy, if we've got the Wheel of Fortune. So this change, this upheaval is for a good cause. It's for a good reason. It's bringing you into a new cycle, a new very prosperous and successful cycle, which is the Wheel of Fortune. This is the meaning behind the Wheel of Fortune. You have strength and new beginnings. The cycle restarts. So that's the whole point of the tower coming down, so that you can restart something new from a much more stable, sturdy foundation. And this is going to bring in a lot of success. So right now, the energy that I feel that you're sitting in, Anastasia, Stacy, is this Two of Swords energy. It's Libra air energy. Um, and this is about it's a need to make balanced decisions and choices, and it's listening to your inner voice when making those changes, which is exactly what that High Priestess card was all about: using your discernment, using your intuition, and trusting your gut with these decisions that you need to make with the Two of Swords. So but you've got good things coming in. It just may feel a little bit crazy and chaotic right now with this tower energy.
Girl, she is loving it. And from the what I know from our last reading, yes, yes. She's like, indeed, yay, spot on, grinning. Yep, 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 yep. All of it. All of it. Yeah, y'all, Abby, I'm telling you, is an amazing reader. If you want tarot oracle, she's amazing.
Credit my spirits, though.
I'm gonna do, we gotta do like a quick round robin, round table, round
Okay.
something. I'm gonna do Kelly, Glenda, and Lori. I don't know, can you see the comments?
I
Trent,
can.
you can or you can't?
I can. Yes.
Oh, okay. Trent wants tarot and
Okay.
a couple of others. So I'm gonna do Kelly, Oracle, you do Trent Tarot, then I'll do Glenda Oracle, and then you do somebody, and then I'll do Lori, and then the list has got to be closed because I'm tired.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna do 1 to 2 minutes, 1 to 2 minutes each.
Perfect.
Does that sound okay? Can you do that with tarot?
Yep.
Okay. Kelly, Kelly, Kelly. Oh, that flipped right upside down immediately, and I love this for you, Kelly. Everything is here. Kelly, everything is here. You have access to everything in the universe. Allow it to come in. Like that first card I read, you have to allow it to come in. Allow it to come in. Look at that. It's a lady standing on the edge of a cliff. She has a choice to make. And this one is choosing to reach up to the light. Everything is here. She's saying, embrace the spiritual belief that everything already exists in the here and now. Live in the present moment and be grateful for what you have. Also, you have access to everything in the universe. I say this all the time. Everything exists. The timeline we're in is connected in some way to all of the timelines. We have access to all of them. We can be as successful as we can be in this timeline. Doesn't mean you're going to go own a mansion in a year. You could, but that's not necessarily what I mean. Access to emotional health, stability, financial stability, all of the love and compassion and understanding in the people around you. You have access to all of that. A lot of people misinterpret when I say you have access to everything, meaning something financial. That's not necessarily what I mean. I just mean all of your needs can be fulfilled. That's for you, dear. A treasure chest in your heart, exactly. All right, Kelly, and then Trent for tarot. I got to write it down or I'm going to forget. And then I'll look through while you're doing that.
Okay. So do I have Kelly or do I have Trent?
You have Trent.
Okay. Are we good to go for Trent right
Yeah.
now? Okay, perfect. So, underneath the deck, the card, and I was shuffling the entire time that you were going through that last reading. And I've got the energy going into this reading is the Wheel of Fortune. And I know we just discussed it in the other reading. That was the last card that came through, but now it's on bottom of the deck. That just means that this is the underlying energy. Could be what you have, what you're questioning, could be like your outlook for this upcoming year 2025. What is my financial outlook? It does look favorable because behind that is the Fool card. This is talking about taking a leap of faith into something new, but this is Jupiter energy, so it is about finances, about material gain, about success. And the fact that you do have the strength to start new beginnings, the cycle restarts. So let's get 3 cards for Trent. Starting out with the Ace of Swords. That's the truth.
Mm.
That's very, so aces are gifts from the universe. And wow, then the Emperor. Oh, this is beautiful. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. So, Trent, underneath the deck, you've got another ace, the Ace of Wands. So, aces are gifts from the universe, and you've got 2 aces already showing in your message. This is talking about taking action on your ideas. So, that underlying energy going into this, it did show me that you've got something coming up where you want to take a leap of faith into something. The Ace of Wands is clarifying that, saying, take that leap, do this, start this now. Um, then so starting out with the Ace of Swords, that's the truth. We're talking about truth, we're talking about victory, we're talking about justice. This is speaking your mind to solve your problems. You may have, options, and taking inspiration, but this is with this Emperor energy, which you're sitting in right now. The Emperor is all about taking action, about taking control, about making the choices that are going to benefit him and his dynasty and his empire. And you're sitting in that energy right now. You also could have strong Aries energy either in your chart or be dealing with somebody who does. There is a need for hard work, organization, and foundations with whatever this is that you're taking this leap of faith towards. But it looks successful because, and I will say that you are going to also have to exert an immense amount of strength, because the strength card is coming in with the Leo energy here. So you could have strong air and or strong fire placements, because I do see a lot of fire energy. That's Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Um, it will take strength to get through this, but you have success coming through with 2 aces and that Emperor energy. Own your space with confidence. It's all about the confidence, the strength that you exude, and the courage that you take. But you're taking a new step into something new, and the outlook looks beautiful. Also, like, I have to say this, there was a lot of Leo energy that came out with my 2025 full moon readings. A lot of Leo references. So strength and courage is going to like have to be used in a lot of situations. But like, it's very powerful, very inspirational and invigorating. There's a better word. I just can't think of it right now. Um, Uplifting. What are some other words?
Inspiring,
Yeah, it's very inspiring, liberating. That's what I was.
liberating.
It's going to
Good
be
word.
liberating for you. So I like it. You don't know your own strength until it's tested, and you're about to find out in all the good ways. So that's what I
Yep.
have.
And that's why I keep telling Trent she needs to take my class.
Hmm. Confidence, passion, resilience, and courage. You have inner power, and it's showing.
Yes. She has
Hmm.
a lot. Trent is my client who takes orb pictures like crazy. She has orb storms, and like she sends me the videos and posts them online, and it's like amazing. And I actually sent her the video from my reading the other day. If anybody hasn't seen my video reading, my video of my reading where the spirit's coming through, go watch it. It's on all my socials. Like
That's cool.
there's 2 videos. Some of them are more clear because I screen recorded it and then reposted it on several things. So some of them are more clear than others. All right, this is for Glenda, and then we have Branwyn, and then we have Lori. So Branwyn will be tarot for you, Abby. So if you want to get in the mode. I'm
Yeah.
reading for Glenda. I was shuffling while Abby was reading for Glenda, and this popped out like in half a second. Um, okay, so are you reading the okay. Raise the bar, Glenda. When you set higher standards for the people and situations in your life, you create space for new levels of joy and abundance. Rise above old patterns. So if you are a person who maybe thinks about and considers going to the next step, the next level, the next big thing, do it. Do it. And I'm telling you, 2025 being a 9 year, this is the year. This is the year. Do it. Do it all. Do everything. Try it all. don't put yourself in any financial harm's way, obviously, but whatever this new thing is, or this new idea, or something you've been kicking around, but you're kind of like hesitant, this is your sign. Do it. Take the chance. Now, if it's something like running a side business or something like that, do it while you're still employed and build it while you're still employed. Unless you have, 10,000 clients lined up. That's a different story. But whatever this is, I'm not even sure if Glenda's still on here. Raise the bar. So if she's still on here, say hi or something, because I haven't seen her comment. And then anybody who that resonates with, raise the bar. All right. Branwyn.
All right. Branwyn, so the energy that I have for you going into this reading is the Four of Wands. So we've got more Aries, Sagittarius, Leo energy, which has been really prominent during this group of readings. But this is the Four of Wands is all about house, home, stability, foundation. It's literally like it could be about a home, but it's like the four corners of a structure. So it could be an apartment, it could be a business or something like that too. This also is for some readers the 1111 card. You could be dealing with a soulmate twin flame type of energy, because wands are all about passion, passionate energy, and what you're passionate about. So let's get 3 cards for Branwyn, please. Energy for Branwyn. What is this reading about?
And Branwyn, let us know you're still here.
Okay, you're getting a bonus because 3 cards just fell out. Okay, not bad. So interesting. Underneath, we're going to start underneath the deck first. So underneath the deck, boom, moon card comes out. So we're in a dark moon right now. The moon card pops out. This talks about illuminating secrets, or it's like enlightenment, important insights that may come up. You may be getting it from this reading. So the first card that came out is and also there's a warning with the moon card. Be careful of seeing things that aren't there. So understand that as well. But with the first card that pops out is the Virgo card. This is the Hermit. So you could have been in hermit energy, in kind of a hermit period, here in the past or recent past. This is a very spiritual card. This is somebody who goes within the void, goes into the darkness, to do their shadow work. Quite honestly, this is somebody who's in the process of doing their shadow work. The message behind the Hermit card is that all life's answers are within you. So you could have been, going within just to try to understand yourself better, more spiritually speaking. So then what's interesting is these next 3 cards, they fell out together. The first one that popped up is that Capricorn card again. So we're talking about the devil. I do feel that this card is actually talking about the time period that we are in right now. I don't feel like you could be dealing with a certain amount of toxicity around you, but the way that this card fell with the other 2 cards feels to me like this is talking about this particular time period right now, what's happening right now. And we've got the next card that fell with that is the Wounded Warrior. So what's interesting is this is a 9 card. 2025 is a 9 year, because 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5 equals 9. Nines are about endings, they're about culmination points, they're about, you know so the Wounded Warrior makes a really wise, a strong leader, somebody who's been through the ins, the outs, the ups, the downs. They've been through the gauntlet. Okay. They're ready to fight the good fight one more time, but they're tired. They just want that last wand so they can lay down the burdens and start a whole new cycle once they get that 10th wand, right? So this is somebody who makes a very good leader, but they're really tired. I feel like this is during Capricorn season. You're ready for this, you're ready for the year to end. Um, because what do you want to do? 3 of Cups energy, celebrate. You just want to
Mm.
celebrate. It's time to party. It's time to get together with friends and loved ones and enjoy what you've worked so hard for. I feel like in the last year, you've planted a lot of seeds, you've put in a lot of hard work. There, again, could be toxicity around you. and you're feeling that tiredness, that worn down at the end of the year. But what you're looking forward to with this 3 of Cups energy coming into the new year is a lot of success. Celebrate your success with those that you care about, those around you. It's about support and sharing and problem resolution, gladness, bounty, joy, and friendship. And I feel like you're experiencing this and you're seeing this as you come out of this hermit energy. You're coming
Mm.
out of this energy, going into this new year, because of what you're seeing come through, what am I trying to say? It's like the answers that you're seeing through this moon period. How can I say this to make it? I'm so sorry. Um, it's like I feel like you could be getting clarity on. Oh, thank you. More coming. Okay. So I feel like you're getting clarity, gaining clarity, maybe even from this reading, and it's the full moon energy, right? But this is that more coming. That three of cups is celebration. And this is what's coming in the 2025 year. I feel like this is just the energy that you're sitting in right now. I apologize for not being able to clearly explain it, but
She
that's what.
understands. She's like, I actually understand. She gets
Good.
it.
Very good. I'm very excited. Like the energy that I'm getting, I'm like, blah, 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 and I
Yeah.
want to say it faster than I can explain it. But that is, you've got good things coming in as well.
Awesome. That was wonderful. I have pulled 2 cards for Lori Andrews, because when I was shuffling, 2 of them popped out. So you get a bonus card too, and that'll be great. So, but I was so enamored with the reading Abby was giving. I was just listening to that and I wasn't looking at the cards. So here we go. The cards for Lori Andrews and anybody else it resonates with, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Make room and no pressure. So you need to make more room in your life for the good to come in and no pressure to push yourself to do too much. So allow in the good. That seems to be a theme tonight. Allow in. Hello, my love. That Elise is the Urban Witch. We have the gallery I was mentioning on the 26th is with Elise. So we will be going live. She's going to Paris, so she'll be live from Paris. So we'll be
Oh,
going live in a week or two. All right. So for Lori Andrews, create space to welcome positive change. Let go of everything that doesn't align with your future. And I can't say this enough for 2025. Y'all, this is for everybody and especially Lori, because this is her card. Get rid of anything that doesn't serve you. Remember, who's that lady that when she was redecorating the house, she goes, if it doesn't bring you joy, get rid of it. I don't know
yeah.
her name.
I
You
forget.
know who I'm.
Mm,
If it doesn't bring you joy in your life, get rid of it. Now, some situations are more delicate and we don't be just dumping people off all the time willy-nilly. We have to think about it. But if you've got people in your orbit that are just sucking you down, it's time to go or change the relationship you have with them. Okay. Cleanse, like Lady Shadow here, the Urban Witch. Cleanse, cleanse, cleanse. Yes, yes, yes. And the second card, your bonus card is, oh, Lori said, I love that. Let in the good and let go. I need a major clean out and was just planning to do that. Isn't Spirit funny? They just know. And the second one is no pressure. When you want more, don't push yourself or others to get more. Give more of your pure, genuine self, and life will immediately and effortlessly match it. So remember earlier I was talking about doing the work. When you're manifesting, doing the work, have good intentions, all of that stuff. Same thing here. You don't rest is important. Resting doesn't mean you're lazy. We need to rest as long as you're also doing the work the work too. Oh, thanks. At least they're better when I don't have so many lights on. Um, give more of your pure, genuine self, and life will immediately and effortlessly match it. So this is a resonance. I'm getting tired too. I don't know words. resonating means two things kind of vibrating. You know how you can take two of the tuning forks and you hit one and it goes, and this one, without being touched, matches the tune. They resonate together. So these two cards actually go well together because your life will resonate or match the energy you're putting out. And you're also cleansing. So while you're cleansing, you're allowing for the new stuff to come in that resonates with your and aligns with your hopes, wishes, and dreams. So that's for you, Lori, and you do need to rest. Sometimes I get more work done when I'm resting because my brain is working. I try to force it to shut down.
100%. I agree.
Abby, do you want to pull a bonus tarot for Elise, who is
Oh,
also a tarot reader? Thank you, Lori. This will be our last card of the night. Branwyn says, I'm in Aries, been very sick this year, had to leave my job, death doula, and go into hermit mode. Landlord told me he's selling my house, but I got a call out of she's going to tell us the rest.
okay.
All right.
But that would explain all of the fire energy in that reading too.
Yep.
All right.
All
So
right,
now
Elise.
the Urban Witch. I love that. Elise.
We met in San Francisco. You want me to tell you the story?
Please. Yeah.
I was living in a studio apartment on 34th and Noriega in the city. And I was blasting my Mariah Carey because it was 1991. Let's just start with that.
Okay.
You got me feeling emotions, girl. And it was loud. And I hear this footsteps and a knock. Click, 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 click. And there's Lise. She's like 6'1" or 6'2". Beautiful, long red hair, brightest light you ever saw. We talked, I think, for 6 straight hours and we have been friends ever since. She lived upstairs from me. She just moved in that day. And she's like, I just want you to know, I don't mind if you play your music loud. And then we just blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. All right. So that's our origin story.
Elise.
And she was blasting Madonna. She loves the 80s. And Branwyn also said, call out of the blue about her dream home that he called about 10 months ago. That reading was on point. Perfect.
Oh, I love that. And yes, I love that. Okay, so Elise, the card that I have underneath the deck, so it's like the energy going into this, it's the Ace of Cups. Freaking love it. So aces, as you know, emotions and feelings, water sign energy, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. You could have that somewhere strong in your chart or be dealing with somebody who does. But we know that the Ace of Cups, aces are gifts from the universe, and this is also like it's all about new
She
beginnings.
loves it. She's
Yeah,
like, yes.
inspiration, origin, enlightenment, unconditional love. I love that energy going into this. So let's get 3 cards.
She's a Scorpio like you.
Oh, that's all. Makes
You're both.
sense.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 more, please. Okay. 1 more, please. Ooh. Okay. So, sevens you've got. Okay, so underneath the deck we've got the Page of Pentacles, focusing on your goals to bring great success. You and I definitely, now knowing that you're Scorpio like me, I'm like, wow, this is like one of my own readings for myself right now. There's a need for balancing priorities and decision making right now. You've planted some seeds in the recent past. 7 of Pentacles, so we're talking about growth, material gain, finances, money. But the 7 of Pentacles, Taurus energy, it's also about control and mastery. You're working, cultivating something. Now in the present energy we have the 9 of Swords, and so we know the 9 of Swords is about plant many seeds daily. I love that. The 9 of Swords is about worry, fear, sleepless nights. Also, we're under the dark moon energy right now. I don't care what people say about full moons. I can't sleep during them. It's my sleep has been insane. But this is also, about, nightmares, fear, worries, and I do feel like this is an energy that uh, this too shall pass, is what I'm feeling, because worrying changes nothing. This is it's like you need to decide your next step in order to move forward. Now, moving forward, we have the 7 of Wands. So you're going to be defending something, your morals, ethics, beliefs, goals, values. But also what I love about the 7 of Wands, this is a card of aligning yourself, your chakras, um, putting up your personal boundaries. It's like a personal bubble. Um, and it's a very protective energy. You're protecting your peace, protecting yourself. I don't feel like this isn't like you're defending yourself or somebody else, like fighting. It's not fighting energy. This is more just like you're protecting your energetic space, as you move forward and decide your next steps, your next steps towards your goals. Courage, loyalty, ambition. Yeah, there may be challenges ahead, but you can face them. You also may have some competition and challenges to overcome, but you will persevere. And you are a hustler, rarely worry, but yes. Yep. And you just said it too, the big shift. I feel the same exact thing. Like, we know that that's coming. And that's that Eight
Hmm.
of Cups energy that you had at the beginning of the spread. Like, we can feel that ace that's about to be gifted to us, new relationships, new beginning. It's literally about new beginnings. It's just not here yet. So,
Awesome. Okay, I think Lise, I think your birthday, I call her Lise because that's how I met her.
oh,
I think her birthday's November 3rd. Is that right? What's your birthday, Abby? I can't remember.
I'm October 27th. So
Oh,
I'm
so you're an October Scorpio. Is that right, Lisa? Am I right? 11/3. Yeah. Okay, I thought so. So yeah, that's awesome. The three of us, I don't think you can do three on YouTube, but we should do a TikTok one night.
That would be cool. I'm
Just
down
pull
for that.
cards.
To play
Because
on
Lise
TikTok.
stays up all night.
Oh, me
she,
too.
she she works all night long.
Yep, I'm a night owl. I just
Yeah.
did my 3 hour spread last night. Yep, 100%.
Okay, Abby, I can't tell you what a great time I had. I will make this public when it does whatever it needs to do. Thank you, everyone who joined. Thank you, everyone, for watching the replay. All of our stuff's in the links below.
Follow.
To book, I do mediumship. I have mediumship specials. I have a ton of stuff coming up. Introduction to mediumship workshop the 11th, podcasts, really cool readings that are available. But thank you, everyone. Abby, what do you have coming up?
Thank you, everyone. Really enjoyed connecting with all of you tonight. Look forward to hopefully connecting with you in the near future. Make sure you follow me on the Cannastrologer here on YouTube. Also, you can find me on all the socials. Nick has all of this stuff, all of our links in the description below. And yeah, just check back on my if you're looking for personal readings, reach out to me either directly or go check out the Canna Boss Babes / the Cannastrologer for any specials and different things that I'm going to be doing. And check back with Nick too, because the more that we do together, the more I'll get to see your
Yeah.
audience as well. So this has been a
Yeah, we're
pleasure.
gonna
I
get
hope that you guys have a fantastic Black Moon. Go home, make your moon water, do your rituals, put your manifestations in for a fantastic new 2025. We have a great year ahead. And I feel like
absolutely.
the more that you are spiritually aligned and grounded as we go into 2025, the easier it's going to be for all of you. So, blessed be. I appreciate all of you. Thank you.
Thank you all so much. Good night. Bye, Abby. Bye, Lise. Bye, everybody. Bye.